You've been taught to visualize, to affirm, to believe, but what if none of it matters until one invisible force is aligned first? What if the very signal you're unknowingly broadcasting is jamming your desires before they ever reach the universe? Here's the truth no one's talking about. Manifestation doesn't begin with intention. It begins with vibration. You don't attract what you want. You attract what you are, moment to moment, wave to wave. And if your inner frequency is off, even by a whisper, you could spend years asking for a reality that was never able to hear you. This video is your awakening, not to another technique, but to the deeper mechanics behind creation itself. We're peeling back the layers, revealing why your thoughts alone aren't enough, and why your subconscious, your breath, and your emotional state hold the real key. If you've ever felt blocked, unheard, like the universe is ignoring you, this message is for you, because once you understand this hidden step, you won't just manifest faster, you'll manifest cleaner, with clarity, with coherence, with cosmic precision. So stop manifesting just for a moment. Tune in, recalibrate, and discover the forgotten art of becoming the frequency of the life you desire. Most people start manifesting by visualizing the end result, repeating affirmations, or setting intentions, but they often forget something crucial, the energetic channel they're broadcasting on. Like trying to call someone on the wrong frequency, no matter how clear your message is, it won't connect. The universe doesn't respond to words, it responds to frequency. Your current state of being, your mood, your thoughts, your emotional atmosphere is the signal. And if that signal is static, filled with fear, doubt, or urgency, the manifestation gets distorted before it ever takes shape. This misunderstanding stems from a cultural overemphasis on mental imagery, while underestimating the vibrational reality that precedes it. Before the picture forms in your mind, there's a feeling in your body. That feeling is the seed. It's your energetic fingerprint. And that fingerprint either aligns with what you're trying to manifest or repels it entirely. You can't out-affirm a dissonant frequency. Trying to manifest from anxiety is like planting a seed in poisoned soil. The ancients knew this. From Egyptian priests to Vedic sages, initiation didn't begin with desire. It began with purification, clearing the vessel, elevating the state. Only then could they shape reality. This is where true manifestation begins, not in the wanting, but in the tuning. You must become a match to the life you're calling in, not just mentally, but vibrationally, spiritually, energetically. Think of a radio station. You can't hear 101.5 FM if you're tuned to 92.7. You can scream your desires to the sky, make vision boards, or chant until your throat goes dry. But if your dial is off, you're just creating feedback. It's not enough to know what you want. You must also become the version of you who would naturally receive it. This is why we stop manifesting until we tune in. Because if we don't tune first, everything we try to create becomes laced with resistance. The subconscious sabotages, the energy misfires, and we feel like the universe isn't listening. But in truth, it's echoing us. It's just responding to the signal beneath the surface, the one we forgot we were sending. The law of attraction may be popular, but it's only the surface layer of a much deeper truth. Beneath it lies the law of vibration, the real architect of your reality. While attraction speaks to the outcomes you pull into your life, vibration speaks to the essence you're embodying in every moment. You don't attract what you want, you attract what you are energetically. It's not about forcing the universe to deliver something. It's about matching the frequency of the thing so precisely that reality has no choice but to reflect it. Attraction is a consequence. Vibration is the cause. Every thought, every emotion, every breath you take carries a frequency signature, and that signature interacts with the quantum field. what some call the divine matrix or unified field of potential. You are always broadcasting. The question is, what are you broadcasting unconsciously? That's where most manifestations derail, not from lack of effort, but from energetic contradiction. Imagine trying to manifest abundance while swimming in scarcity thoughts, or visualizing love while vibrating with abandonment. It creates a mismatch, and the universe doesn't deliver based on your wish list. It delivers based on your energetic truth. That's why aligning with the law of vibration is non-negotiable. It's not just what you think, it's what you believe, what you feel, what you radiate without even speaking. This is where science meets the sacred. Quantum physics reveals that particles respond to observation, but even more profoundly, they respond to coherent fields of intention. That's your power. When your vibration is coherent, aligned, focused, authentic, you become magnetic. Not from desperation, but from resonance. You don't chase, you call in. Not with effort, but with frequency. So before you act, before you visualize, before you script your desires into a notebook, ask yourself, what am I vibrating right now? That question holds more power than any affirmation ever could. Because manifestation doesn't begin with asking the universe. It begins with attuning your instrument. Your brain isn't just a thought factory, it's a frequency generator. Every mental state emits a measurable electrical rhythm known as brainwaves. From the hyper-alert beta to the deeply intuitive theta, each wave is a different language your consciousness speaks. And here's the revelation. The universe responds differently depending on the brainwave state you're in. Manifestation isn't just about what you think. It's about when and how you think it. When you're stuck in high beta, anxious, scattered, analytical, your signal becomes noisy. It's like trying to make a phone call in a thunderstorm, but when you shift into alpha or theta, especially through breath, meditation, or deep presence, you enter coherence. The noise fades, the signal sharpens, you stop thinking from survival and start creating from vision. And in that space, your thoughts become commands to the quantum field, not just internal chatter. But here's where it gets deeper. Belief is the amplifier. You can enter theta and still block your manifestations if the subconscious programming says you're unworthy or unsafe. That's why the subconscious mind is the true broadcaster. It's beneath the words and images. It's the emotional blueprint your body emits at all times. And it broadcasts far more powerfully than the conscious mind ever could. Bruce Lipton showed us that 95% of our behavior, and by extension, our frequency, comes from subconscious patterns. So the question isn't just what do you want? It's what does your subconscious believe is safe to receive? Until that belief is rewired, your brainwaves may open the channel, but your body will cancel the transmission. The good news, you can rewire. Through repetition, emotional intensity, and entering lower brainwave states, you can install new beliefs and broadcast new realities. You stop manifesting from memory and start manifesting from vision, from frequency, from truth. That's when the universe responds, not to your desperation, but to your alignment. True manifestation doesn't come from scattered energy. It comes from inner harmony. This is what the mystics, yogis, and modern scientists now call coherence. It's when your heart, your brain, and your intention are no longer working as separate instruments, but as one unified field. In that state, you become a tuning fork for creation itself. You don't just ask the universe, you become the universe in focused motion. The Heart Math Institute has shown us something astounding. When the heart is in a coherent rhythm, calm, rhythmic, and aligned, it actually synchronizes the brain. It's not the brain leading the heart, it's the heart guiding the brain. This flips everything we've been taught. Your emotional center is your most powerful manifesting tool. And coherence in the heart opens the gate to manifesting with clarity, grace, and speed. Think about it. How many times have you set an intention while your emotions were in chaos? That's like trying to sculpt a statue while your hands are shaking. The shape may be there, but the energy behind it is unstable. Coherence settles the nervous system. It amplifies your clarity. It creates a field around you that is not only magnetic, but deeply receptive to the quantum field. This is the real secret. Calm is a frequency, and it's more powerful than force. When you breathe deeply, feel gratitude, and center your awareness in the heart, you shift into this coherent state. Your energy becomes clean, your intention becomes sharp, and the universe begins to whisper back in synchronistic echoes, gentle nods, and sudden breakthroughs. You start seeing signs, not because you're imagining them, but because your signal is finally strong enough to call them in. So before setting another goal, take a moment, place your hand on your heart, breathe into it, feel the alignment between your desire and your inner truth. If they don't match, pause, tune in, adjust. Because manifestation isn't just about what you want, it's about who you are while wanting it. Before a mystic speaks a word, they first listen. Before a yogi chants a mantra, they first breathe. In every sacred tradition, before creation comes tuning. This is the forgotten step in modern manifestation teachings, the calibration of your inner instrument. And the tools are ancient, universal, and profoundly simple. Breath, sound, and stillness. They are not just practices, they are portals into energetic alignment. Breath is your first frequency tuner. It's the bridge between the conscious and subconscious, between spirit and body. Shallow breath keeps you in survival. Deep, rhythmic breath unlocks coherence, clarity, and calm. Pranayama in yogic science, coherence breathing in heart math, or even simple mindful inhales, all bring you into resonance with your highest self. When you breathe with intention, you don't just relax. You realign your frequency with the field of potential. Then there is sound. Every sacred tradition uses it. Mantras, gongs, bowls, chants. Why? Because sound bypasses logic. It speaks directly to your cells. Tibetan monks understood this. So did the Egyptians. Sound is not decoration, it's vibration in motion. Certain tones, like 528 Hz or 432 Hz, carry harmonics that shift your body and brain into states of healing and receptivity. When you chant or listen intentionally, you literally retune your signal. Your cells begin to hum in coherence. And finally, stillness, the quiet between the notes. It is here that the field speaks back. In silence, the noise of your ego softens, your intuitive channel clears. Stillness is not emptiness, it is listening. It is where the observer awakens, where synchronicities are born, and where intention crystallizes into signal. Stillness is where you stop reaching and start receiving. So if you ever feel stuck, unworthy, or energetically misaligned, don't rush into affirmations or action. First, breathe, then sound, then silence. In this sacred sequence, you retune your whole system. You become the clean channel through which creation flows, not from force, but from frequency. Quantum physics revealed something mystical, something the sages have always known. Consciousness influences matter. This is the observer effect. It means that the mere act of observing a particle changes its behavior. But here's the deeper truth. How you observe it also changes what it becomes. Your focus is not neutral, it's creative. Every time you observe your reality through the lens of fear, lack, or frustration, you're sculpting it in that shape. Every time you observe with awe, gratitude, and intention, you mold reality in a new image. Think about that. The universe isn't fixed, it's participatory. It's a dance between possibility and perception, and your awareness is the conductor. Most people don't realize they're shaping their reality every second, not through action, but through attention. They're manifesting by default, repeating patterns, reacting instead of creating, because they've forgotten the sacred role of the observer within. Carl Jung understood this energetically. He said, "Until you make the unconscious conscious, it will direct your life and you will call it fate." The observer effect is how we wake up from that fate. It's how we stop letting old wounds script our future. When you become conscious of how you're perceiving life, you regain authorship. You shift from victim to creator, from accidental to intentional. But observing consciously isn't just watching, it's choosing your lens. It's asking, what frequency am I projecting onto this moment? Because the moment will become whatever you believe it to be. If you see it as a wall, it becomes an obstacle. If you see it as a doorway, it becomes a passage. The difference isn't in the moment, it's in your mind. So the next time you feel reality isn't responding, pause, don't react. Observe, not passively, but as the creator. Bring awareness to your thoughts, your breath, your story. In that still gaze, you reclaim your power. You're not just watching the universe, you're speaking to it through attention, intention, and vibration. Manifestation doesn't just depend on clarity of desire, it depends on clarity of signal. And most people's signal is clouded by invisible static, energetic blocks lodged in the body, the mind, and the subconscious. These blocks aren't always loud. Sometimes they whisper through doubt, procrastination, or a sense of not enough. But make no mistake, they disrupt the entire vibrational field, and unless addressed, they scramble even your purest intentions. One major block is unresolved emotion, anger, grief, shame. When unprocessed, these emotions don't just vanish, they live in the nervous system. They become distortions in your electromagnetic field, like trying to broadcast love while holding on to fear. The signals collide. You may say the right words, but your energy says something else. That contradiction creates energetic confusion, and the universe responds in kind, with delay, with detours, with silence. Another subtle block, inner conflict. This occurs when part of you wants something, but another part doesn't feel safe receiving it. For example, you may want abundance, but deep down you associate wealth with guilt or disconnection. So you sabotage it unconsciously. This is not a flaw, it's a protective pattern. Your subconscious is always trying to keep you safe based on past programming. Until you harmonize those inner parts, your manifestation will always carry friction. Even your physical environment can block flow. Clutter, noise, toxic relationships, each carries a frequency, and you absorb it. You become it. That's why sacred space matters. Your environment either anchors your vibration or scatters it. This is ancient wisdom. Feng Shui, temple architecture, even indigenous rituals all understood that space is not neutral. It is energetic, and it affects what you call in. The gift is this: every block is also a key, a signal pointing you inward. Instead of trying to manifest harder, listen more deeply. Ask your body, ask your breath. Where is the tightness? What emotion have you silenced? What belief keeps looping? When you address the block, the signal clears. And your manifestations don't just arrive, they flow. There comes a point when manifesting is no longer something you do, it's something you are. You become a living signal, a walking broadcast of the reality you've chosen to align with. And in that state, you don't chase outcomes, you emanate them. This is the final phase of true manifestation, not forcing, not wishing, but embodying. You hold the frequency of the future you as if it's already true. Because vibrationally, it is. Neville Goddard called this living in the end. Not just visualizing your desired life, but assuming its feeling tone. Feeling the inner state of the version of you who already has the love, the abundance, the peace. When that state becomes your baseline, not just for 5 minutes in meditation, but in your daily being, you shift timelines. You don't wait for the external to change. You change internally, and reality reorganizes around you. But this takes discipline. It's not about faking positivity. It's about choosing coherence over chaos, choosing presence over programming. The future version of you is not out there. It's already encoded in the quantum field, waiting for resonance. And the moment your energy becomes indistinguishable from that version, reality must comply. That's the law. Not belief, not hope, but frequency. This is where your rituals become sacred. Your breath becomes a declaration. Your posture becomes a prayer. Every action, how you speak, eat, walk, either signals alignment with the future you or with the old story. The shift is subtle but powerful. You stop trying to manifest events and start manifesting identity. And identity shapes reality in every moment. So ask yourself daily, what frequency am I living from right now? Not what do I want, but who am I being? That question holds the portal. Because once you become the embodiment of your highest timeline, you don't need to manifest. You are the manifestation. The universe is not far away, waiting for you to beg louder or visualize harder. It's right here, vibrating with you, responding to you, becoming you. Every breath, every thought, every emotion you hold is already writing the next chapter of your reality. You've now seen the truth. Manifestation is not a to-do list. It's not performance. It's frequency. It's coherence. It's alignment with the future version of you that already exists within the quantum field, patiently waiting for you to remember it. You are not here to attract your desires. You are here to awaken into them. So don't just set goals. Become the vibration that fulfills them. Don't chase the life you want. Tune into it. Hold its rhythm in your body, its feeling in your breath, its truth in your heart. Because when you do, reality bends, not in resistance, but in recognition. And if this message stirred something in you, if it helped you remember what you are truly capable of, then honor it. Like this video, subscribe to the Cosmic Awakening channel, because this isn't entertainment, it's initiation.